Hello, my name is Sophie and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd give you some bookish recommendations of things that aren't books. The thing with making book videos that I struggle with the most is that as someone who reads at a very normal pace and doesn't have the free time to prioritize reading for 3 to 4 hours a day, unless I planned videos months in advance, well, no, not even. I don't read fast enough to make reading vlog videos like a really sustainable thing because I just don't read fast enough to make it all work. Yeah, it's something I want to try, but it's something at the moment I just don't really have time for. So then coming up with ideas of other things to talk about that aren't reading vlogs or recommendations based on being able to read the most recent releases at a really fast pace. Sometimes the video ideas get a bit thin, but I do engage with a lot of bookish small businesses online, and I have essentially like a wish list as long as my arm of businesses I'd like to buy from and merch I'd like to buy and all these things. So I thought I'd culminate some of that into a video recommending bookish things that aren't books. Not all of them are products, not all of them are things to buy. It's a little bit of a mix. So yeah, I hope this is a little bit different, I think. So the first thing on my bookish recommendations is actually a podcast. I've been watching this podcast on YouTube, and my YouTube Watch Later playlist at the moment is so behind. I'm still watching videos from January. I'm nearly at the end of January in my defense, but I am very behind. But either way, I've just started watching the first few episodes of a podcast called If It Were a Book, hosted by Wicked Reads, who is quite popular very popular on TikTok for her series where she tries to read her physical TBR faster than new books come in the mail. And she started a podcast this year where she meets with other bookish people, whether they be other bookish creators or authors. They're all people that either work in the bookish sphere or love books. And they take a scenario, whether that be something that's happened to the guest or happened to Ashley herself, or they've even done a podcast based on a Reddit post, and they take a basic premise or idea and they turn it into a whole novel idea. And it's really fun. I've wanted to write pretty much all of the book ideas they've come up with, and it's really fun. It's a really chatty conversational podcast. It's not one that you have to watch, even though I watch it on YouTube. I don't really listen to podcasts, so I wouldn't reach out for it in any other way. But it's a nice one to put on in the background if you need to clean or you want to be doing another task. It's a nice background one that you don't actually have to visually watch. But I've really been enjoying it and I thoroughly recommend. So that's my first recommendation in this recommendations video. Wow, I'm not very good at this. Then we get into a couple of the small businesses, first of which being a business called Wordy and Wild. I first found out about Wordy and Wild on TikTok when they started. I think that she was promoting a bookworm sweater that I really, really like the look of. It's a really, really cute sweater. But the business has now expanded into doing monthly subscription boxes with really, really cute products that are all designed by one lady. She's very, very talented and sources. The amount of products she manages to source and create is just wild. It's really, really creative. It's actually one of those small businesses that's I enjoy watching her content as much as I enjoy buying her products. I've not bought loads. I've got some of her TBR tarot cards, and I bought the Bookish temporary tattoo sheet she made. I'd love to subscribe to the subscription box, but it's just not in my budget right now. But the Wordy and Wild products are just wonderful. And I think if you're in the UK, actually she ships internationally, so it's not even just a UK thing. But if you are in the market for some new bookish products or a new bookish subscription box, I thoroughly recommend. It's a really, really lovely business. They've just moved into their first warehouse. If you can't afford to buy anything from the business, I thoroughly recommend following them on both TikTok and Instagram because the content is really, really cute and it's really nice to watch the business grow and support in the nice free way if you can. My next recommendation is another small business called Paper and Word. Now, this is almost exclusively book sleeves. I think they do make other products, but the one that I'm most interested in is the book sleeves. I'm really in the market for a fabric book sleeve that looks really cute, because I'm trying to get more in the habit of taking my books out with me and making time to read in places that aren't my house. Especially as the weather gets better, I want to be reading outside. I want to go to my local reservoir and read by the water. I want to go to a local coffee shop and treat myself to a coffee and read my book. And I would like to be able to keep my book and or Kindle more protected in my bag while I do that. And also they're just cute. So this is something that's on my radar that I would really, really like to get. But their book sleeves are just gorgeous. They're really, really cute. And this is another small business that's worth following on social media, because they're about to open, I think, the UK's first fantasy exclusive bookshop. It's up near Liverpool, so it's not super close to me, but I am actually going to a wedding somewhere that's not too far from there in November. So I'm kind of thinking I might be able to, if the shop's open by then, might be able to sneak in a little trip, because that would be very, very fun. But yeah, Paper and Word, another small business social media that I recommend following if you can't afford to support them financially, but also their book sleeves are very, very cute. And that's it for the small business section of this video. The next thing I want to recommend is a book-themed colouring book. My mum got me one for Christmas. I haven't started using it yet, but my favourite way to listen to audiobooks is to have a few hours of spare time in my own house and to sit with a colouring book and my nice pens and to read my audiobook. I've not had time to do this recently. I've not been able to start using this colouring book yet, but it just feels very thematic. The colouring book that you use does not have to be related to the book you're reading or books at all, but I just thought this was fun and it would definitely keep me focused on my bookish activity. It would feel like a very wholesome and curated activity to have everything be book related. If anyone wants to make it so that reading books can be my full-time job, maybe I can spend more time colouring and listening to audiobooks. And last but not least is actually something I physically own and can physically show you. This is something my mother-in-law got me for Christmas. This is something I'm currently using as decor on my bookshelves, but it's something that I think I would like to use as a nightlight at some point in the future. I can't hold the mic and the item at the same time, so please hold, but what? This is cool. Oh, you can't see it very well, but it lights up. And then and it changes colour. And you can magnetize it so it clicks all the way around. Yeah, I just thought that was cool. I don't know if maybe I'd need to train it to be able to lie flat, because currently it just kind of pops back closed. But it's really cute. It's rechargeable, so very sustainable in that regard. If you were wanting to do a 24-hour reading challenge or just have like a really ambient evening reading sesh, this might be the way to light your book or to light your room, however you want to do it. I think you can get bigger ones of these, but I just thought this was really cute and I'm really pleased with it. And I kind of forgot it existed until I was decorating my shelves the other day. And then I was like, this is fun. It's very satisfying. Those are my bookish things that aren't books recommendations. This isn't as long as I thought it would be, but that's fine. This is the perfect video to leave a comment with any other small business recommendations or anything else bookish that isn't a book recommendations in the comments. And then if you ever need to buy a gift for a bookish person, whether that be a birthday gift, a celebration gift, or a leaving gift for someone you work with, or Christmas, birthdays, any opportunity where you would like to give someone who likes books a gift, leave all your recommendations in the comments. Wordy and Wild do make bookish clothing, but there's another company I really want to buy something from at some point called Literature Stitches, who do the most beautiful embroidered book merch. I haven't quite been able to budget for it yet, but someday soon I'm hoping to buy my first Literature Stitches sweater. But yeah, please flood the comments with all of your bookish recommendations that aren't books, and I will definitely come back to this video, if not for myself, then for other people, but probably to buy something for myself. Okay, a little bit of a shorter one this week, but hopefully I'll be back with another video at the weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're reading a great book, and I'll see you next time for another bookish video. Bye!